George Harrison, legendary guitarist of the Beatles, once honestly admitted that he was merely playing a role as Beatle George,
really done good,
as if that identity were merely a mask that didn't reflect who he really was.
They'll have the
All I'm doing is acting out the part of Beatle George, and we're all playing our own roles. The world is a stage, and people are merely players. Shakespeare said that, and he was right, Harrison said in an interview with David Wigg on BBC Radio 1 in October 1969. As the youngest member of the Beatles, Harrison was dubbed the Quiet Beatle. Yet behind his calm demeanour, he harboured deep anxiety about the pressures of fame. After the band split, he often spoke about the psychological burden he bore as part of the world's biggest band. He found his escape through spirituality and creating music, much of which he saved for the future. In fact, Harrison once walked out of the Let It Be recording sessions for a few days in early 1969, briefly sampling Life Without the Beatles. In the same interview, when asked if he was ready to leave the band, Harrison confidently replied, "Oh, many roles I'll play." For Harrison, being Beatle George was merely a temporary chapter in his life. "I was seemingly born to become Beatle George, but it doesn't really matter who or what you are, because that's just a temporary label," he told Wigg. He added that life as a Beatle was no different from any other job. "It's just like any job. Life goes up and down, relativity. If we have a bad time, it's really bad, but a good time could be really great." In an interview with Rolling Stone, Harrison once again emphasised his detachment from the Beatles' identity. "Beatle George is like a shirt I once wore. Until the end of my life, people might see that shirt and think it's me, but I'm not him." He described himself humbly. "I just play a little guitar, write a few songs, make a few movies, but none of that is really me." Harrison was a complex figure full of contradictions. Rolling Stone described him as a master of understatement and an enigmatic figure. Though he preached simplicity and piety, he lived in a 120-room mansion and collected luxury cars. His songs reflected that duality, praising God while also commenting on the mundane frustrations of everyday life. In a 1979 interview, Harrison firmly stated that he never wanted to return to being a Beatle, not in this life or any other. However, he didn't deny the joyful moments of that era. "We almost got killed several times, planes catching fire, people trying to shoot us down, riots everywhere. It was exhausting, but we had fun. I look back on it fondly, especially now that we've gotten past all the Apple drama. Everyone sued each other to their heart's content, and now we're all good friends again," he recalled.